it's Mike coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me, welcome to the video, and welcome to Back River Park, created by OrcsJinx17. Now today's park is a next-gen Xbox park, and the description for this park reads, sitting on the Back River lays a ever-growing family-owned park named Back River Park. The park is split into 4 distinct areas, with the most popular being Influence Lane, a land for those who have made a grand impact upon the amusement world. This land also features the park's flagship ride, B&M, named after Mr. Matty, the creator of the highly successful water feature only amusement park. Come swing by and spend a day at the Back River. Sup Arch here, this is my first park I've been proud enough to share, so I hope you enjoy. So really excited to get into this park. There's 7 amazing coasters to go on. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe if you are new, leave a comment down below, and there'll be a link up in the top corner right now if you would like to have your park spotlighted. But without further ado, let's hop into this park, shall we? Right, so here we are at the park entrance. So purchase your tickets just on the left before going through the turnstiles. I really like the architecture style here. I like the colouring of the entrance. Nice use of wooden beams just going around, used as a trim. Yep, nice job there. I like that. And then I like the font just going over the top for the Back River Park. So let's come through here. We've got some floating turnstiles. We'll bypass them. Nobody saw a thing. Absolutely fine. Let's hop through, shall we? Now, with this being an Xbox park, this is pre-recorded, so as like all previous Xbox parks, I don't film these live, just because in the nature of how I have to record the Xbox parks and then bring them over to the PlayStation for editing. Oh, you don't want to be bored with all of that. But anyway, this was pre-recorded, so I have gone through the entire park already recording this, and we're in for a treat today. We've got 7 amazing coasters to go on. I really enjoyed all of them. But just to the right here, we've got a coming soon section. So a nice big open area, a big working site for an up-and-coming attraction, maybe coming later this year. Judging from the track, it maybe looks like some kind of Vekoma launch coaster, possibly? Maybe? Don't know, can't tell, not sure. But I like the idea, I like the fact that you put this down here with a coming soon bit. A nice way to expand your park with very minimal percentage. So, great job with that. And let's come back out of here. Didn't even mention the giant water feature in the centre. Love it! Let's come back around here, because we need to go left. We can't go right. The whole spotlight will implode. So, we've got a trinkets just in there. And we've got a queue path here. So, I didn't know what this was, so of course I had to go and have a look up. So, we have the Sky Flyer. I couldn't decide what this was. I couldn't tell if it was going to be a flat ride or what it was. But as it turns out, it's a cable car that goes over to the other side of the park, which we will go for a ride on shortly. It's not often we go for a ride on a Sky Ride, but with the park being split up into the 2 different sections over the river, I thought it'd be nice to actually use the cable cars to go over. But what we're going to do is we're going to explore this side of the park first. So just to the left, we've got a Philadelphia Toboggan Company wooden coaster. Did Matty know that beforehand, or did I have to research it? I'm going to let you decide. I'm going to pretend that I knew exactly what that was, and I didn't have to Google what that was. Not at all. I knew exactly what it was. So, the path splits off into multiple different areas. It's just multiple ways around this one little island. So we've got the ride exit just here. And then we've got the mist area. So, as we enter the mist, we have our first coaster on the left, which is aptly called Coaster. Nothing flashy, nothing fancy, just coaster. So let's walk down the path. So we've got a cattle pen queue just coming down here. And we come up to this Philadelphia Toboggan Company wooden coaster that I knew exactly what it was without researching. Honest, believe me. But here we go, first ride of the park. Let's do it. Enjoy, everybody. So there we have Coaster. Fantastic ride. I really enjoyed it, and as a first ride of the park, I think it did exactly what it needed to. It was really smooth from start to finish, lovely layout, great job. So let's carry on, shall we? So let's hop out the exit, back into this misty area where the mist seems to have disappeared. We'll just ignore that for now, never mind. And let's carry on, shall we? So we walk around to a aerodynamic suspended roller coaster next. I don't have all the names of the rides typed out next to me that I'm looking at as we do the spotlight. Not at all. So we've got a sun tower dial type drop thing just over there. I can never remember what they're called. Even though I always keep looking, I still keep forgetting what they're called. It will never sink in, ever. And here we've got this open plaza with a ice cream shop just next to the coaster with a viewing point, so you can purchase your ice creams and then just come and stand here. And perfect timing, look at that, just as the coaster comes past. Oh, that is so cool. Right, let's have a walk down and get on this ride, shall we? Really nice little plaza here, just seating area. I really like what you've done with the hedges on either side, and that's consistent throughout the park. You've got these hedges going all the way down the sides of every single path, which must have taken quite a while. That can't have been a short undertaking doing that. And then we have this another wide open area with this nice design on the floor, and we have Mist Runner, so a aerodynamic suspended roller coaster. Lovely design on the floor, just using basic shapes. So let's have a look up the queue path for this one, shall we? So we've got the alpine trees all around the park. Great use of foliage in this park with the trees. Maybe a little bit more paint tool could have been used potentially throughout the park, just in certain areas. But yeah, here we come up the stairs. We've got the lights just on the side, just up the banisters. And here we come into the station. So, second ride of the park, let's do it. Enjoy, everybody. Not the easiest of rides to build, but what you've done in this one, I think you've absolutely smashed it. It was really smooth, but the swaying from side to side felt really smooth. It wasn't haphazard or throwing you around. The only little bit of feedback that I'm going to give you, and this is going to move forward into further rides throughout the park, is I think you've got too many trains on there. because it ended up having to wait at the very end of the ride, and there was also the bit of the second lift hill where it just waited at the top. I personally would just reduce it to 2 trains, because you have got the 3 going around, and because of the number of attractions that you've got in this park, there's too many rides for the guests to go on, so none of the rides are overly busy. So this is the first one where I thought, yeah, maybe just reduce the number of trains, but as we go throughout the park and on more rides, I did think it with others as well. But anyway, let's carry on, shall we? So we're almost done on this first little island. There's a couple more little attractions, some more flat rides, and there's also a Vekoma family coaster. So we have this plane ride just to our right, just here. And then on our left, we've got another open plaza, just where you can sit and have a chill. You've got the hammer ride just off in the distance. And then you can also see the wooden RMC right off in the background over there, the lift hill for that. But what we're going to do is we're going to carry on and we're going to turn right here. So we're back where we were at the very start, where the construction area is. We've got the mist working in this section. Oh, I like how the plane goes over the path there. So you walk right underneath it. Right over the top of us. That's a really nice effect. But we're going to carry on walking down this path. Come on, Matty, speed up. I don't realise how slow I record. Come on, walk quicker. You haven't got all day. Oh, it's like I heard myself. I actually sped up when I said it. So we have the historical... I missed the sign. Historical something. So we've got a food court here on our left. So we have Good Eats. So it looks like a prison in here, just with the prison bars just on the side. Come and have your dinner. Feel like you're in a prison. We have the Old Faithful, which is the carousel. And then we've got the family coaster just to our right, which is a Wendigo. We've got an information kiosk just to our left. And I missed the entrance for the ride. And at this point I'm like, where have I gone? And I think I ended up walking down the same path twice. There you go. That's the path that I need right there. Silly Mai. The mist is working again now. How bizarre. So we've got a medical building just to our right. We've got another little eating area just to our left again. And let's come down to this family coaster, shall we? So a nice long queue path. And we have the mini mist. So let's walk down the queue. Nice long queue path. Nice simple station. So let's go for a ride on this one, shall we? Enjoy. For a family coaster, it did exactly what it needed to. Nice, simple layout. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I would say is I would have liked to have seen a little bit more around the ride. So over on this left hand side around these rocks, I would have made that into a water feature so it goes around the water, and then just in the centre maybe place some more trees, play around with the elevation a little bit, some rocks in there, just so it feels like it's really immersed, because it did feel a little bit bland just in the centre and a little bit lackluster. And with you having 2% more still to play with, you could just go around that ride and just add a little bit more, make it feel more enclosed. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to go for one of these sky rides over to the other side of the park, which we don't do very often. So let's hop on, shall we? So we find ourselves on the opposite side of the park. Now, I didn't read the description for this park until I'd already filmed the spotlight. And when I was actually filming, I was thinking to myself, I really liked the consistency of this park. It felt like one big theme that was carried along the entire park. And when I read the description, it said that it was split into 4 distinctive areas. A little part of me would actually disagree with that, but not in a bad way. I think the whole park feels quite coherent. It's got one consistent theme going throughout the park, and that's a good thing. It's like a very natural wood feel. I mean, just take this flat ride for example, just using a couple of wooden logs, and this is proof that you don't always need hundreds of pieces to decorate your flat rides. 10 logs, just going around it, simple, effective, did exactly what it needed to. I really liked it. The only thing I would say is maybe just address your buildings, because they are quite square. They're really nicely trimmed, but they are quite squarey and quite blocky. So maybe just moving forward is just try and like make some different shaped buildings as well. But we come to our next ride, which is Logger Run. Look at that ride sign. Simple, effective again, but fantastic. I really do like the ride signs in this park. Not only have you got really good rides, and they're all really well throughout the park, but the ride signs are all very unique and very original. But as we walk down this queue line, nicely themed all the way around, just with the fencing and the hedges. And as we come up to the station, just keeping that consistent theme with the station. The simple wood effect stations works really well. But here we go, next ride, let's do it, enjoy. there we have Loggers Run, a wooden GCI. Without the risk of repeating myself, another fantastic ride again, just to add to the list of other amazing rides that we've got in this park. Certainly your ride building is one of your biggest assets and one of the biggest draws of this park. The rides are really well done. I especially liked this last section here, just as it kind of keeps banking left and right just before it comes down to that final brake run. Great job. Once again, I really enjoyed it. I think the only thing I would say is maybe just reduce it so you've only got the one car rather than the two, because again it was just being kept holding at the end. But keeping up with the realism, we've got a transfer track just at the back here. Yeah, amazing ride, great job, really enjoyed it. So let's go and find the exit, which is just down here. There we go, let's hop over the side. Let's come down here and let's carry on, shall we? Yeah, I really like this park. I like the consistent feel of it. There are a couple of little things that you could like address moving forward, but they are only tiny little things that will come in time. Maybe little things like the paint tool, maybe just a little bit more detailing here and there. But your rides are very high. So your rides are not something that I believe need addressing moving forward. Or your ride signs. So we have Timber Hawk, a very unique sign with timber just on them wooden logs, and then the hawk that's kind of like just leaning up against them. I really like that. But we have a B&M Wing Coaster. So let's walk down the queue path. We can just see the RMC off in the distance over there. Some nice theming around here, just with all the foliage and the rocks around. You've steered away from a cattle pen queue line on this ride. I like what you've done with the rocks, just using numerous different types of rocks, just blending them in. And then you've got the ride that just comes right past you, which looks amazing. So let's carry on down here. Up to the station. Again, a very similar station to all the others, but not a bad thing. So here we go, Timber Hawk, a B&M Wing Coaster. So let's do it. Enjoy, everybody. Once again, another fantastic ride. Not really much to add with regards to the ride itself. Kept up a great speed, really smooth, nice elements, very much like with the other rides in the park. The only thing I would say is maybe just going back to when we were on the family coaster is maybe just a little bit more detailing around the ride itself, because it felt like you got almost a little set piece and then you moved on a little bit and then another little set piece. There is a little bit of terrain in this ride, around the ride, but I maybe would have leaned into that a little bit more, maybe just a little bit more detailing, maybe look like it's hugging the terrain a little bit just as it goes around, and you've got a little rocks formation there where it goes under, maybe just lean into that a little bit more, so you could have done the terrain up and over and making it look like it's going through a cave system. But The ride itself was fantastic, maybe just a little bit more around the ride just to make it a little bit more appealing, just as you go around, a little bit more things to see. But right, let's carry on. So I believe we've got 3 more rides to go on. So we have a MACK spinning coaster, a log flume, and the RMC, which I'm excited for you to get to the RMC because it's named after me. I got a ride named after me, so exciting. But we have Influence Lane. So let's go and have a look down here, shall we? So as we walk down here, just on our left, we've got this MACK spinning coaster. Nice little compact layout there. And then just on the right, we look like we've got another little eatery. So we have the Log House, which looks like a restaurant. So we'll carry on around here. And we come round to Moomin's Mix Up. So Moomin Little Socks, nice little shout out there. Amazing content creator. Of course, I don't need to explain to people who Moomin Little Socks is. Pretty sure everyone knows who Moomin is. So let's have a walk down this queue path, shall we? Again, avoiding the cattle pen queue line. I love this station. This is probably my favourite station of the park yet, especially with the design on the top there, with the don't die fencing, and then the roses and the wooden beams going through it. Gives a great effect. And you've got the ride that goes over the top. Yeah, that looks fantastic. But anyway, let's go for a ride, shall we? So there we have Moomin's Mix Up. That was arguably my favourite ride of the entire park so far. I think it had a great little layout. It was really compact, really confined in the area. You'd really controlled the spinning element as well, which is quite difficult to do on them rides. And then it goes over the top of that building, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, great ride. I love that. Fantastic job. So, what have we got down here? Like I don't already know, like I didn't pre-film this. It's no Chacho's. So we have Chacho's Cruise, which is a car ride. Now, because of the length of the spotlight, we're not actually going to go for a ride on it. So what we'll do is we'll go for an imaginary ride. Suspend your disbelief. But I like how the queue and the exit both go over the top of the ride. And let's go for an imaginary car ride, shall we? Isn't this magical? So you've used the paint tool just on either side of the track to make it look like the grass has started like fading a little bit and dying, which is a great effect. You got all these little set pieces just as you come around. You can see all the other rides around the park. And it comes past a water feature. Love it! This looks like it's been ripped directly from one of my parks. It's amazing. All the rock work around it and then you use the weeds and the lily pads. Yeah, beautiful little water feature. Let's carry on round. I think this may be one of the most highly themed rides of the entire park. Really great job. The foliage is done really well, and then the use of the paint tool, just the little set pieces, the way that it goes around the water feature. Yeah, great car ride. Gives some great views of the park, just with all the other rides that are going on around. Beautiful little car ride. Yeah, really liked it. Right, so let's hop out the exit. So we have 2 attractions left to go on. So we have a log flume and the RMC. So we've got a under maintenance little section here. So a food court that's just being redeveloped. I like the fact that you've done that. So refurbishment in progress. And let's come down here. Let's turn left here and go down this little path. So if you just want to escape the hustle and bustle of the park, you can just come down here, just catch your breath. We've got a gargoyle water fountain. I love that. And you've got all the butterflies all around here. Maybe the benches just feel a little bit cramped in there potentially. I maybe would have put them just on the outside. And then we have Channel 5 Hammer Swing. So of course Channel 5 Gaming. A nice little shout out there to them. I like the shout outs that you've done in the park. So we've had Moomin Little Socks Nerd Chat Show, Channel 5 Gaming. Oh, we've got a staff only area there. We've got M&J Eats just to the left, but I want to go and have a look at this first. Alright, it just comes round to the back of there. So let's go back to M&J Eats and have a quick look at that. So M&J Games, big YouTubers, highly recommend going and subscribing to them. Their description link will be down below, along with Moomin Little Socks and Nerd Chat Shows. Nice little interior. And let's follow this round. So we'll walk past the RMC, but we're going to ride that last. So what have we got on the left here? So we've got another toilet block just here, with the women and the men's toilets just separated. And we have Iron M. Oh, I'm chuffed up I got my own ride. Oh, thank you ever so much. Honoured. I think that's the second time now I've had a ride named after me. Oh, look at this. Beautiful little water feature. Oh, look at that shot. Well, there you go. There's the thumbnail for the video right there. Love it. Yeah, I'm absolutely honoured that I've got my own ride. Flattered beyond words. Thank you ever so much. Never believed for a second when I started spotlighting parks that people would actually be naming rides after me. I'm very humbled. Thank you. But we have the log flume down here. Now, I didn't see the name for this. Oh, dodgy camera. Is there a name for this anywhere? No, I can't see one. Never mind. Right, let's have a walk down this queue line. So again, we're avoiding the cattle pen queue line, which is nice to see. And let's come up to the station. And let's go for a ride on this, shall we? Fantastic log flume, really nicely themed all the way around, just with all the rocks going around. The sight lines that it gave as well, especially when it comes up the top of here and you work your way around. You've got I&M just to the left hand side, the RMC, and then you come around here and what a beautiful shot, just with the coaster directly in front of you, and then you can see pretty much the entire park before you drop down here. Yeah, great job. I really enjoyed that log flume. Right, so without any more messing about, let's go down to my ride. Yes, I get my own ride. So let's walk back down here, back past the lovely water feature. We've got I&M, best name for a ride ever. Let's walk up this queue path. Beautifully themed both sides, just with all the foliage. The foliage work in this park is fantastic. Like I say, maybe just a little bit more paint tool and you'd be there. But right, let's come up to this station. Very similar to all the others, in fitting with the theme. But final ride of the park, let's do it. Enjoy. Best ride of the park, purely because it's named after me. No, it's a really nice ride, really well done, had some great elements again. The only thing I would say is maybe just have the one car instead of the two, or two instead of the three. But other than that, fantastic ride. I can see why it's the main attraction of the park. It's the thing that draws your sightline the most. You can see this ride from the entirety of the park, really domineering in the background of the park. But there we go, there is Back River Park. A fantastic park. I've really enjoyed today's park. The 7 coasters were all fantastic. They all offered something unique, something different, something original. They were all super smooth. Maybe just a little bit of slight theming on some of them, but other than that, fantastic job. Now, what we need to do is we need to have a look at this park at night very quickly. So let's just swap that to night. So some really nice lighting, not overdone, not underdone. The coasters don't really appear to be lit up very well, but the pathing appears to be lit up quite nicely. Yeah, just looking in the background, them coasters there, they're not really lit up, so this doesn't seem to be the type of park that is supposed to have been a nighttime park, really. A lot of the focus has gone on to everything else rather than the night lighting. But yeah, really nice subtle lighting. And there is today's park. What a little park we've had. Really enjoyed this one. Have you enjoyed this park? Let me know down below in the comments if you did. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on the video. Leave a subscribe if you are new, as it does really help me out. And I will be back in a couple of days for another Planet Coaster Spotlight. If you would like to have your park spotlighted, then the Discord link, the Iron Gamers, will be down in the description down below. And I'm also including some bloopers in the video, which I don't normally do. I'm going to start doing them from now on because I make a lot of mistakes. But thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I will see you all in a couple of days. Bye! Not the easiest. We're almost done with this first island, but there is another little I like the fact that it was and then just here we have M&J Eats, so M&J Games, another amazing content creator family. Great Log Flume, Blue,